Week 5 Fantasy Basketball Schedule Primer. Will LeBron James be available? Given the injured players who could be available to play, Week 5 in fantasy basketball stands to be very interesting. Among those who could be on the floor at some point are LeBron James, Williamson and Josh Giddey, players who will have a significant impact on their rotations in fantasy basketball. Let's look at the Week 5 schedule breakdown and some of next week's key storylines. Week 5 games played 4 games. ATL, CHA, CHAI, CLE, DAL, DN, LAC, MIA, NOR, OKC, ORL, PHI, POR, TOR. 3 games. BKN, BOS, DT, GSW, IND, MBM, MIL, NYK, PHO, SAC, SAS, UTA. Was. 2 games. HOU, LAL. Week 5 back-to-backs. Sunday, Week 4, Monday, CHI, DAL, LAC, NOR, Monday, Tuesday, DET, Tuesday, Wednesday, GSW, POR, Wednesday, Thursday, PHI, SAC, Thursday, Friday, none Friday, Saturday, CHI, DAL, DEN, NOR, was, Saturday, Sunday, ATL, CHA, LAC, ORL, Sunday, Monday, Week 6, BKN, CLE, MIA, PHO, POR, TOR. Week 5 storylines of note. Could LeBron James potentially make his season debut during Week 5? James, who has yet to appear in a game this season due to sciatica, has been cleared for contact and participated in practices with the Lakers' G League affiliate, while the parent club was on a 5-game road trip. Saturday's game against Milwaukee was the last of the road trip for the Lakers, who plan to practice on Monday ahead of Tuesday's home game against the Jazz. The questions of interest to fantasy managers are: will LeBron participate in that session? And is there a chance that he plays the following night? From a scheduling standpoint, the Lakers aren't in a good spot, as they play only 2 games in Week 5. After Tuesday's matchup against Utah, they're off until the rematch in Salt Lake City on Sunday, November 23. The schedule is certainly good for James if he were to play for recovery reasons, but players ranked outside the top 100, like Marcus Smart and Jake LaRavia, will take a significant hit to their fantasy values due to the schedule, in addition to a potential LeBron return. The Rockets are another team to avoid during Week 5. The Lakers are one of 2 teams that will only play twice, with Houston being the other. Ime Udoka's team doesn't play its first game until Wednesday, and the second is scheduled for Friday. With Tari Eason sidelined by an oblique injury, is Reed Shepherd worth rostering despite the poor schedule? He may be, especially with the second-year guard providing top 75 value in 9-cat formats. Jabari Smith Jr. is another Rocket ranked within the top 75 who is available in over 50% of Yahoo leagues, leaving fantasy managers with another interesting choice. As with Shepherd, the Eason injury may make Smith a player worth sticking with, despite Houston's poor Week 5 schedule. The Hawks, Clippers, and Magic have the best schedules to end Week 5. These 3 teams will play 3 games over the final 4 days of Week 5, and all have Saturday/Sunday back-to-backs. Due to injuries and load management, some low-rostered players may emerge as solid streaming options. Atlanta's Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Orlando's tandem of Anthony Black and Tristan da Silva are 3 players worth keeping in mind, with the latter 2 being impacted by the availability of Jalen Suggs, injury management, and Paolo Banchero, strained groin. As for the Clippers, it's unknown when Kawhi Leonard will return from his injuries, and Bradley Beal, hip, is done for the year. Bogdan Bogdanovic has increased his production recently and will be worth a look in deep leagues. Derrick Jones Jr. has been a starter throughout the season and is sitting just outside the top 100. There may even be room for Jordan Miller to emerge after returning from an injury that delayed his season debut until this past week. Chicago and New Orleans are among the teams that will have to navigate 2 back-to-backs. The Bulls, Pelicans, and Clippers will have 2 back-to-backs to deal with from the final day of Week 4 through the final day of Week 5. For Chicago, the team may have Josh Giddey and Kobe White on the floor. The former is probable for Sunday's game against the Jazz and the latter is questionable. The availability of Giddey and White impacts Tre Jones, who is questionable for Sunday's game with an ankle injury. Given the back-to-backs, it's fair to wonder about the availability of all three Bulls guards. As a result, Kevin Huerter may retain some of his fantasy value during Week 5. In addition to the scheduling, the Pelicans also have a head coaching change to deal with. Willie Green was fired on Saturday, with James Borrego taking over as interim head coach. Zion Williamson is questionable for Sunday's game against the Warriors after missing time with a strained hamstring. With New Orleans also active on Monday, how many games will he be able to appear in? And how will Derek Queen's opportunities be impacted? With the Pelicans' 2 back-to-backs, it's possible Williamson isn't available for more than 3 games if he plays on Sunday. How many games will Grayson Allen be available for? Allen, who's dealing with a quad contusion, is out for the Suns' final game of Week 4, Sunday against the Hawks. Phoenix plays 3 games in Week 5, with 2 scheduled for the final 3 days of the week, Friday and Sunday. Can Allen play on Tuesday in Portland, or will that be ruled as an opportunity to get Allen a few more days to recover, especially with the final 2 games both being at home? With Jalen Green out until about Christmas, Dillon Brooks, Royce O'Neal and Colin Gillespie will have heightened importance in fantasy leagues. Brooks has been the most productive of the 3 thus far, but deep league managers have also received solid value from rostering O'Neal and Gillespie. What will the availability of the Pistons' key players be? The Pistons have been short-handed recently, but it hasn't derailed a 9-game win streak. Isaiah Stewart returned from a sprained ankle on Friday, but Detroit remained without Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren and Tobias Harris, among others. The Pistons open a 3-game Week 5 with a Monday/Tuesday back-to-back, so the schedule for the week isn't ideal. However, this may allow players such as Dennis Jenkins, Paul Reed, Javonte Green and Duncan Robinson to retain some fantasy relevance to begin Week 5.